Class 5 Computer. Hello students, this is the third video session class of chapter number 6, that is Introduction to MS Excel 2010. Now in the last class we have done working with workbook. In the working with workbook we have done creating how to create a workbook and how to save a workbook and how to open a workbook and how to open an already saved workbook. Now, and we have also done working with worksheets. In working with worksheets, in the last video session class we have done inserting a worksheet. Now let's continue our chapter with the next topic, that is deleting a worksheet. How to delete a worksheet. Now let's see. Deleting a worksheet. Now in order to delete a worksheet, you have to follow either of the steps given below. Makhada piriba step singsi sige one step number 1 2 3, or you can choose the option here for deleting a worksheet. Worksheet ama delete to gadi sige step number 1 2 3 se khangera, or the piriba step se khalaga torju delete torju have worksheet ma insert to gadi. We have done how to insert a worksheet in the previous video session class. Now in this video session class we are going to do how to delete a worksheet. Inserting, we have already known how to insert a worksheet. Now let's see how to delete a worksheet. Now step number 1, click on the sheet you want to delete. You have to click on the sheet that is either in sheet 1, sheet 2 or sheet 3. Now Excel, by default Excel gives only 3 sheets. Computer gi Excel je koina masana computer na Excel hai khama matamda sheet ahum khatani piji, sheet number 1, sheet number 2, sheet number 3. But we can add additional sheets. Additional sheets already I told you. Now how to delete a worksheet. Now delete, if you want to delete a worksheet, you have to click the sheet you want to delete. Then on the sheet tab, click on the sheet you want to delete on the sheet tab. From the sheet tab, you know where is the sheet tab. So from the sheet tab, you click on the sheet which you want to delete. Now after that, go to the home tab. Click on the home tab. You have to click on the home tab. Now from the home tab, there are many, you can see many groups there. Now from the groups available there, in the sales group, you have to go to the sales group. Click on the drop down arrow below the delete button. Now this is the delete button from the sales group in the home tab. Now from this delete button, you have to click the arrow down here. Over here you can see an arrow down here. Now from the arrow down, there will be 3 options here, 4 options, sorry, 1 2 3 4 options will be given here. Now from the 4 options, what you have to do is then click delete sheet from the list displayed. Now from the list displayed here, small menu is displayed here. From the menu, drop down menu displayed here, you have to click on the delete sheet option. Now shown in figure number 11. Figure number 11, the delete drop down list. It's shown here. Okay. From this drop down list, you have to click on the delete sheet. Okay, the sheet which you have selected will be deleted. Now like this, you can delete a sheet. Or in another way you can do is right click on the sheet. You have to just right click on the sheet which you want to delete on the sheet tab. Now from the sheet tab, either if you want to delete sheet number 1 2 or 3, either from the sheet number 1 2 3, you have to choose which sheet you want to delete. If you want to delete sheet number 2, you have to right click on the sheet 2 on the sheet tab. Okay, and click delete from the shortcut menu that will appear. Now a shortcut menu will appear there. From there you have to click delete. Why faster? Now I'll tell you from the beginning again. There are 2 ways here which you can delete as sheet. Now why faster? Sheet to the click delete on sheet to the click over any sheet tab tagi. Okay, sheet tab pada yawi sana hana hai. aduga home tab ta changani. You will know where is the home tab also. Okay, where you can find home tab kai yoi kangamani. Home tab changani, home tab ta changa matungda home tab ki manungda group mayam yaungani, group mayam ki sales group ta changani, and from the sales group ta changa matungda drop down menu from the delete button si delete button sales group ne si ko ki sales group sida delete button si ta changani. Delete button sa ki arrow down se click to birakanda sida drop down menu tholane. Drop down menu sa some options ka pirakani, si option mayam si marakagi angna delete sheet check biro, then the selected sheet will be deleted. Okay, in figure also is shown here in figure number 11. Figure number 11 is na picture when you the ko. Or adu natraga atopa way ama atopa option namna kamay tong ni haidi nang na apamba sheet to gi mathakta right click toro kalai da from the sheet tab ta salak sheet tab ta sheet tab kalai wi sana na hana haigre nang na apamba sheet ki mathakta right click toro do right click toro matungda on sheet tab ta gi right click toro na apamba sheet to either 1 2 3 karam sheet pamido aduga sigi click delete sin nambiro from the delete the click to biro from the shortcut menu di right click to rakanda option kara tholakani ko rena na click to biro this kai karamba option na click to ba delete ta on the delete to dina shortcut menu appear tholak ko shortcut menu tholak ko de delete click to bira kanda angi na select to set to delete to khane. Like this you can delete a worksheet from an Excel. Okay, from an workbook. Okay, now let's see the next topic. Do you know if you are deleting a blank worksheet, Excel will simply delete it. Nanga blank worksheet ama hadi kemta idaba worksheet ama delete to ge hagadi Excel na simply delete dum to khane no na kemta haira maroi no na kemta warning pira maroi ba. But however, if you are deleting a worksheet containing some data, Excel will prompt you before deleting it. Adubu nana Excel da nana kegumba data khara yawba hari nana kegumba khara iraba singo sidin torba edit torba data khara yawba Excel ki sheet ama delete toge hairagadi Excel na nangonda hana warning piramgane prompt torangane taamgane nang sise save toba pambra natraga delete toge gira natraga nang save toge haido cancel toge ra. Ado nang option dudagi nang delete tongninga delete toge yare cancel tongninga cancel toge yare. Ado nang khanbi dune. Now let's see here. Click on the delete button to delete the worksheet. If you want to delete it, then you can delete it. Okay, Excel will prompt you if you want to delete it, you can delete it, or on cancel button you can click to abort deletion of the worksheet. Ana delete toge na kali do amu tong ninga tragadi toroi khalagadi ana cancel da click toge su yareba. But if you are deleting a blank worksheet, hadi kemte I de pura blank eba worksheet ama delete toge hadi Excel will not say anything, Excel will not ask you anything, Excel will not prompt you anything. Kemta hangamaroi. Okay, Excel will not give any warning before deleting the empty sheet. It will simply delete the blank worksheet. But if you are deleting a worksheet containing some data, Excel will surely prompt you before deleting in Excel. Compulsorily Excel na hanga kanema. Blank worksheet ama delete toge hadi Excel na kemta hangaroi. Adubu data yawba or income information yawba worksheet ama delete toge hagadi Excel na ngonda hana warning oina prompt tawangane nang si delete to pamabra or delete to basi tawdabida kona delete toge hana cancel toge gera delete to roida hana hana kane nang delete toge hagadi you can click on the delete button. But if you don't want to delete it, you can click on the cancel button to abort the deletion of the worksheet. Okay, now after this we have done inserting a worksheet, deleting our worksheets. Now let's see renaming a worksheet. Now how to rename a worksheet. Worksheet ama kamanya rename togani haibasi yengasi seda sheet ama laiba matamda by default computer will give the worksheet name as sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. Okay, now you can see here also. If you didn't see properly, you can refer your textbook. Now this is sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. This is we have an additional sheet. If you want to add, you can just click here. Okay, or if you want to add another sheet, I told you the steps how to add sheet, okay, in the previous video session class. You can refer that. Now by default, the computer na masana Excel si hang matamda, the name of the sheets will be sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. Three worksheets will be given here. But if you want to rename it, like name of the students, name of the marks of mathematics, marks of mathematics, marks of any subject you can add, okay, and name of the students. If you want to write name of the students in name of the list of the students in sheet number 1, you can write here rename the sheet 1 as a list of the students, and in sheet number 2 you can write here as marks obtained by the student for mathematics. Marks in sheet number 3, marks obtained by the students for computer, marks obtained by the students for English, marks obtained by the student for Manipuri. In different sheets you can write with different names, okay. The name of the worksheet you can rename it. Now let's see how to rename a worksheet. Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 lady marks to maths ki marks na kada hakim no, computer ki marks na kada hakim no, English ki marks na Manipuri marks kada happy to sheet sum 3 lady gyan menta de na maming de na aduga students in ki maming de na roll number section de kada yawi a list of the students or sheet number 1, sheet number 1 hai sheet 1 de yawni, sheet 2 de yawni khang na ba 1 2 3 thawi mo ta sheet 1 2 3 thawi mo ta na rename to ko pa khang ko ada sheet 1 da loina list of the students, list of the marks pulo hapsaladi heng yeng bada na confusion wai ko ngawi da na different sheet da tawasina is a good practice for Excel, okay. Practice the Excel da koina sumai tongan thamasna em ko ja thidok sidin da lai be hedi duna koina sumai tongan thama to busi ko ji tamgadabani. So you have to know how to rename a worksheet. Now let's see how to rename a worksheet. You can rename a worksheet depending on your requirement. Nangna pamjabado haibadi sana hujin haikibdo a list of the name of a list of the students and the marks obtained by the students for maths, marks obtained by students for this subject, that subject, and follow the steps given below to rename a sheet. Now you have to follow the steps here to rename a sheet. Now let's see what are the steps. On the sheet tab, select the worksheet to be renamed, okay. Like we had done for deleting the worksheet, you have to first select the sheet from the sheet tab which you want to rename it, okay. Then after that click on the home tab and go to the sales group. Now this is also same, you have to go to the home tab, then go to the sales group. Now after this the steps is different here. Look here, look properly, okay, and listen carefully. Click on the drop down arrow next to the format button. Now for inserting you go to the insert button, for deleting you go to the delete button. Now for renaming you have to go to the format button here, the arrow, click on the drop down menu, drop down arrow next to the format button, to the right of the format button, okay. Right of the format button here there is an arrow down here, click here. Now a drop down menu will appear here. From the drop down menu here, what you have to choose from the list display. Now there is a list displayed here. From here you go to the organize sheets. Now this is the organize sheets, okay. Organize sheets option, and from there click on rename sheet. You have to go to the rename sheet here. From the organize sheets here, from the organize sheets, the first one is rename sheet. You go to the rename sheet shown in figure number 12a, the format drop down list here. From the organize sheet you go to the rename sheet, type the new name. Now after rename sheet you can rename the sheet which you want to give the name of the sheet, okay. Sumain toroga akoina rename tawbe hai, akoina cell ama sheet ama delete tawge haibadu dumaina khoi first ta sheet tab ta changani akoina pamiba rename tawri photo select tawbe ni right delete tawda hana select tawbe dumaina home tab ta changani. This is also same. Sales group ta changani. This is also same. But from the sales group tagi insert ne, delete ne, format ne, memang khoi format kina delete kina delete changi, insert kina insert changi, adubu koi rename to ga kadi format changa ne format changa matungda the list ama display throkani drop down menu drop down arrow da nam matanda list ama display token si list gi option mayam leibudagi koina organize sheet se sigi makhada yauriba rename sheet haibasida click to matanda click toroni duga koina rename to biane the rename worksheet option sida rename worksheet option se thola ne 12 bit only se rename worksheet option thola ni rename worksheet option dagi koina rename da namaga click to bi ka maming hong biane this is the first option which you can do it. Okay, now the first way you can rename as it. Now the second way or the other option is right click on the sheet to be renamed. Asagi right click toraga kanya delete toba right click toraga insert toba mana right click torani duga to be renamed on the sheet tab ta kanya which sheet you want to rename, either sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 or sheet 4. Either sheet 1 sheet rename together you have to right click on the sheet 1. Then click rename from the shortcut menu that appears shown in figure number 12b. Now here is the 12b. Okay, this is a shortcut menu. If you click on the sheet 1, this shortcut menu will appear from here. You have to click on rename. Rename the click of rename. Shown in figure number 12b. Only say type the new name. Nang maming kazar blink dot thola ni. Nang haming maming ano do nang happy ro. Hana le maming sheet 1 do. You can delete it. You can write a new name, whatever you want to rename. Main toraga sisu rename to web. Ida shortcut menu da thola ichong right click to matamda. Kanya sheet 1 da kanya ming hong to kaya sheet 1 da right click to matamda. The shortcut menu thole. Ado sheet 1 je kanya delete to ninga di delete chango to delete option je. Insert to ninga na insert option da. Ada to gomang to gibana. Move to ninga copy to ninga chani to web. But here we want to rename the worksheet, so we will click on the rename the click on, then you can rename the cursor blinks here. You can delete sheet 1 is delete to be grow. Okay, which is given by the computer, and you can write the name which you want, you desire. Then like this you can rename a worksheet. Now we know how to insert a worksheet, how to delete a worksheet, and how to rename a worksheet. Now let's see. For example, type expenses and press the enter key on click anywhere or click anywhere outside the sheet tab. Click outside anywhere outside the sheet tab area to assign a new name. Meaning je ama hongdoke haragadi ang suppose ang sige rename toraga sheet 1 di mote expenses thage harase natraga list of the students for class 5 thara su kai adu thara matungda press enter to biro, then it will be renamed maming hongdokrani, or click anywhere outside the sheet tab area to assign a new name. Sige sheet tab area je sina ta atopa mafam amai ta ang click to bi proba left click tak ong to pa adu maming rename to ne si sai den sigi sheet den ta atopa mapan da sai anywhere mapan amai ta excel gi anywhere mapan ma ta click to biro the maming rename to one, or you can press the enter key from the keyboard again. Enter full to okay, now let's see. Now you know how to insert a worksheet, how to delete a worksheet, how to rename a worksheet. Now let's see how to enter data in a worksheet. Data kamai happy have do mu yang see in a next topic. We'll see. Now another way to rename a worksheet is you can also double click the worksheet name on the sheet tab in order to rename it. Omi hung to ke hagadi kanya sheet name de right click to muta double click to samba or left double click se kanya left double click to double click se left never left click ni ko. You can also double click the worksheet name of the name to double click samba on the sheet tab to the in order to rename it. Rename to rename to okay, this is the another option for renaming. Now how to entering data in a worksheet. Data da koina data si kamaina happy have a worksheet sida. Now let's see here entering data in a worksheet. Now, what are the different types of data that can be entered in a cell? Data si karamba makhalgi data si koina worksheet ta hapa ya have to yengasi. There are 4 types of data which can be entered in a cell. Cell ID, you already know the different. There are many boxes in a worksheet. Those boxes are known as cell. Each and every box is called as cell. Every cell has a cell address. Cell ki maming tu so high grade na sana nahan. There are 4 types of data which can be entered in a cell. Types mari lay data types mari lay. Kari no date and time, numbers, text, and formula. Query. These are the 4 types of data that can be entered in a cell. We can enter date and time also. We can enter numbers also. We can enter text also. We can enter formula also in a worksheet. Now date and time, let's see here. Date and time this data consists of date value like 01/04/2014 and time value like 9 a.m. The date and time value are by default right align. Or date and time say right align hadi yet on the box to gi cell to gi right on the napaga line. Okay, date and time jo point see date and time say right align oi habadi box to gi hadi cell to gi yet on the naksalaga hadi napaga yet on the napaga tholakani automatically masama matomda for date and time say date city है ना 01/04/04/2014 that is this is the date, this is the month, and this is the year. Okay, now in different formats also you can give a month na hanba year na hanba format मैम जो ले लेगा बुरी को अदो by default ओइना मसाना कोइना date and time पी मतमदा date लानी दुगा month लानी दुगा year लाको कोइना तोंगाना फोन सेमजागे दी याय बसी format से time jina 9:00 am pm haba okhonsida adubu si date ka time si right ta align oi habadi ye box to gi laiba box to gi maya ye su lairo oi rom su na poi ye rom na paga ye rom na sanaraga tola kanel ado khoina tonga kona alignment you can use alignment. Okay, then you can after using alignment you can align to the left, to the right, to the center corner somebody ki rukai de but by default the date and time je right the align to the line hai ye rom sulaga. Now next comes the numbers. These include the digits from 0 to 9 and the symbols such as plus, minus, asterisk, forward slash, opening parentheses, closing parentheses, and equal to, and less than sign, and greater than, and percentage. The numerical values here are by default right in line. Now these numerical values from 0 to 9 and the symbols such as the previous symbols in the video are right aligned. Hadi yellow on the napaga tholakani yellow on the box there you go box to the yellow on. Now each and every topic and every steps we have studied in this chapter I'll show you practically also afterwards. I practically Excel handu aga alopal and Excel and I'll show you how to work with the workbook, how to work with the worksheet, and what are these how to write these the date and time, numbers, text, formulas, and whatever we have done in this chapter. Okay, every topic I'll tell you, every steps I'll tell you in practically afterwards also. Okay, but now I'm just explaining the theoretical parts. Theory man hana explain to understand it better. Okay, hana explain to matuna kona practically mu hana mathang mathang haijarake. Say the numbers that include which is 0 to 9 habama and the symbols such as plus, minus, this and this p ma'am g ma'am g numbers include or si khuding mak si kadeba right align when you right align sana sa haidwe cell dugi yet nom da napaga naksalaga tholakani ko alignment da koi left alignment, right alignment, center alignment nahan to justify ganga we have done in MS Word also. MS Word among the togret nahan MS Word da alignment gida admaina sida number si right align to roga tholkane. Now let's see for text. Now, textual data consists of letters, numbers, and special characters such as dollar sign and blank spaces. The textual data is by default left aligned. For example, Tuesday, hi, marks, address to, etc. Now, sige, textual data city consists of the textual text letters letters means ABC, A begin Z then numbers man count to easy then special characters special characters such as dollar gumba, colon gumba, blank spaces gumba. Blank spaces adi koina space bar namda tholok blank spaces adugumba singje koina sigi text sida loima count toreba aduga textual data is the default left aligned masagi date and time and numbers. Unlike date and time and numbers, this textual data is left aligned because date and time and numbers are right aligned. Yet lomda na aga yet lomda na sana aga tholakani yet lomda na paga tholakani na sisna left lomda na paga tholakani was text na. Okay, so textual ki letters iba matamda numbers iragadi right lomda align to tholakani date and time is right lomda align to tholakani right lomda nakshanaraga napaga tholakani cell dugi but text iba matamdadi abc iba matamdadi koina Tuesday high marks address sumba iba matamdadi left lomda align to neba left lomda habidi kaino oiromda cell dugi oiromda napaga nakshanaraga oiromda nakshanaraga tholakani oiromda napaga iba hobade sisina koina left align haba yet lomda napaga iba hobade sis like lomda napaga koina thoriba meg yet lomda napaga ni dubu right align haba dubu mayai dagi yet ka oiga mayai oina center oin thokpa sisina koina center alignment haba okay khangni ko now the next is the formula. It is a combination of numbers, operators, and cell addresses. It is used to perform calculations on the value stored in a cell or a range of cells. Formulas na kaino kanya something formula koi hanjan thabak ama toge haiba matam tawdana mai damta. Suppose if you want to add the marks of 100 students, okay, you have to add from student 1, student 2, student 3, from roll number 1 to roll number 100, you have to add all the marks. Now, instead of doing that, you can insert a formula, you can give a formula, you can create a formula, okay, in Excel, very easily, only in just two words. 1-2 words katang sizinaraga akoina yamna na formula ama semaga you can add the marks from roll number 1 to roll number 100. That is all the 100 students. You can add all the marks of the 100 students by adding a simple formula. Instead of adding all the marks, entering all the marks from roll number 1 to suppose roll number 100 po. Ngayon khalaji roll number 1 again roll number 100 po ki marks na mag total tawraga. Some calculator the coin total to the roll number 1 gi marks na sini plus roll number 2 gi na sini plus roll number 3 gi na sini plus tawraga 100 po tawba. Admaina tawraga di coin marakta lan basu yorpe shoy basu yorpe. So if you go on adding all the marks from roll number 1 to roll number 100, now in between in doing so in adding you may get some errors also, okay, you may get some mistake also, you can do some mistake also, okay. So instead of that, if you simply input a formula, you can add all the marks from roll number 1 to roll number 100, that is for all the students of 100 students, for all the 100 students by simply adding a simple formula. For that, you have to know how to insert a formula, how to create a formula. Okay, that also we do it later on, but here only know that we can insert a formula. Now this inserting a formula, it is a combination of numbers, that is 0 to 9, and operators, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication, and sometimes logical operator also, that is and, or, not, like this. Okay, and cell addresses means name of the cell. A1, A2, A3, B1, B7, C7, G7 like this. Or cell to maming cell addresses. It is used to perform calculations on the value stored in a cell. Cell lamada yawa value do utkera or a range of cells. Cell mayam da yawa cell ladi more than one cell to ne range of cell ladi group of cells da yawa do. It is used to perform calculation to matam cell lamagi ogera cell mayam gi ogera calculation to be. Now these are the data. These are the 4 types of data that can be entered in a cell. Date and time. The first one is date and time. Second is numbers. Next is text. Next is formula. And date and time like that, numbers like that, text like that, and formula. This is entering a data in a worksheet. This is 4 types of data. Now till now we have know how to insert a worksheet, how to delete a worksheet, how to rename a worksheet, and what are the data that can be entered in a worksheet. Okay, now after this, let's see how to close a worksheet and how to exit from Excel. Now closing workbook and exiting Excel. Now how to close the workbook and how to exit from the Excel. Now closing workbook. Follow the steps given below to exit Excel workbook. Now click on the file tab and then click on close. File tab ta click tobiro aduga close ta click toro. Or adu natraga the second option is click on the close button on the upper right corner of the Excel workbook to close the current workbook. The first option is how to close the workbook. Click on the file tab, then click on the close. This will close the workbook. Or either you can do like this also. Click on the close button on the upper right corner of the Excel workbook to close the current workbook. When the file tab changaga, close button na namaga, close tawrasu yare workbook sima. Or when hujiki workbook to koi Excel ki workbook to be right side ta si corner right side ki corner se da cross button na mayroong ganyan. Ko cross button se da upper right corner se da mathak ki yet ongi thang corner se da red cross button na mayroong ani sida yawi smile chap mani yang ani da click tawrasu close taw yare. Now Excel will ask for 3 options. Now when you press on the cross button here, Excel will ask for 3 options. Close button here. This is the close button. Okay. Close down now. See close down button name. 3 options are either you want to save the file, either you want to save the worksheet, workbook, or don't want to save the workbook, or cancel. Whatever action you are doing, you can cancel here. Save to gera nang husto yung thabak to. Natragana save tawraroi or nana hojik kathatlaga close tawriba action du pangibadu adudo cancel tawthoga hanagi workbook to dum halagera haiba 3 options. These 3 options will be displayed. That is Excel will ask for this. Okay, now click on the save if you want to save the changes and close the window. And save tawningadi save tawbiro aduga window do close tawbiro. And on don't save if you don't want to close the window without saving the changes. Save tawdana close tawge hagadi don't save the click tawbiro dinangi without saving the changes change tawribu kodimok to kemta save tawroi aduga close tawganeba. Just in case you don't want to close the window and the window to close tawning you want to make some changes again, click on cancel. Nang atopa mo keno mas hengi yang kaleb ana close tawraga close tawgiroi atopa kara kay sida hongdo hongjin hengi hana kalagadi click on cancel. Cancel da click tawbiro adidadi nang mathang makhada amu makha chathaba yarane aduga kona amu close tawba yarane. Now do you know what? Now let's see here. There are 2 close buttons when an Excel window is open. Excel window ama hangba matamda close window ani tholakani. The outer button located at the top of the Excel window, Excel application window, will close the MS Excel window, while the inner one located on the workbook will close the current workbook only. Listen carefully here. There will be 2 close buttons when you open an Excel window. Nang Excel window mahango matamda close button je ani tholakani amana ngasai Excel do close tawnaba kwagi right top ta tholakani ama mapanom da laiba close button na tholakani aduduna Excel do pulap ꯀꯛꯊꯠꯈ꯭ꯔꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗꯁꯨ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ close button ꯑꯃ ꯊꯣꯛꯂꯛꯀꯅꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯒꯤ close button ꯗꯨꯅ it will not close the Excel but it will only close the workbook to the close tꯧꯈꯤꯅꯦꯕ located on the workbook to the mathakta amasu close am lengani aduna only workbook to the close tꯧꯈꯤꯅꯤ Excel di close tꯧꯔꯣꯏꯕ but on the topmost top right corner tholaga close button to the it will close the Excel window to close tꯧꯈ꯭ꯔꯅꯦꯕ okay there are two close buttons here. When an Excel window is open, the outer button located at the top of the Excel application window will close the MS Microsoft Excel window. Microsoft Excel window is closed totally but while the inner one located on the workbook manung closed will close the current workbook only. Current workbook closed okay. Now let's see the next topic, it is exiting Excel. Follow either of the steps given below to exit MS Excel. Now this is the same as we have just done before. Click on the file tab and then click on the exit. File tab changaga exit button the click to exit close or click on the close button on the upper right corner of the Excel application window. Excel application window the outer close button do the click to you can exit from the Excel. Now do you know if you have not saved the changes you made in a file, suppose if you have not made a changes not saved the changes you have made in a file, MS Excel will ask you to save the changes before closing the workbook or the Excel application window. Excel application window do Excel do nangna close tꯧd꯭ꯔꯤꯉꯩꯗ natraga workbook to close tꯧd꯭ꯔꯤꯉꯩꯗ nangna kaigumba changes kara semagadi nangna save tꯧꯍꯧꯗ꯭ꯔꯁꯨ nangna close tꯧꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ compulsorily Excel will prompt you to save the changes you have done in the workbook. Nangna workbook ta change tꯧꯈꯤꯕꯁꯤꯡꯗꯣ Excel na compulsorily dum prompt tꯧꯔꯛꯀꯅꯦꯕ nang save tꯧꯒꯦꯔꯥ natraga save tꯧꯔꯣꯏꯒꯦꯔꯥ ana dum hangakkaneba compulsory. Okay. Now here ends our chapter number 6. Okay, that is introduction to MS Excel 2010, chapter number 6. Here ends our chapter number 6. Now let's see here the right way. It is a good practice to create related worksheets under the same workbook. For example, if you have to keep a record of marks scored by all the students of a particular class, you may open a workbook and record subject-wise marks in separate worksheets. As I have told you before, now it is a good practice to create related worksheets. That is not only in one worksheet. You can get different worksheets for different subjects, like subject-wise. Record for the different subjects. The marks for record subject-wise marks. That is, you can make different sheets for different subjects scored by a student. Ida ani nga hagibuni koina Excel si related worksheets mayam tonga semba hai same workbook hai aina notebook ka chamane hai worksheets na pages ne hai dugi ana page amamda student singna phangba subject ka phangba mark tonga na separate worksheets semba si the good practice amane ko aduna koina for example if you have to keep a record of marks scored by all the students of a particular class amagi students may have marks to different subjects ki adu thamge hairadi ana maths ki na student phang mark na sini mathangda worksheet another worksheet ta computer ki na sini English ki na sini Hindi ki na sini Manipuri ki na sini mai tonga semaga thamasu ye okay sina koina tawudabase sina phajaba mongda tawbasi sisini aduna we should practice. It is a good practice to create related worksheets. Related worksheet tawbasi si akoina tawudabani sina phajaba heleba koina sema matam. Okay, now Now let us recall what we have done in this chapter. MS Excel is a popular spreadsheet based program that helps in organizing data and performing calculation in an easy and concise manner. The various parts specific to Excel window are Worksheet and Workbook, Sales, range of sales, name box and formula box, set tab and tab scrolling bar and status bar. A worksheet is the area in which you work and it is divided into a grid of rows and columns. Each row is assigned to a number and each column is assigned a letter to name them. Workbook is the combination of the individual worksheets. A cell is defined as the intersection of a row and a column. And this intersection gives each cell a unique address, which is a combination of the column and the row number. A worksheet can be edited, renamed, and deleted. Now, these are the things which we have done in this chapter. MS Excel spreadsheet program. Kunya khwaidagi popular oiba spreadsheet program ni data amasung program je khwaina yam laina amasung concise manner da. Okay. Yamna khwaina some manner amada phajana fajaba mongda amasung yam laina thamnabaidamakta my parts of Excel की specific part में हमसे कई कले workbook, cell, address, name box na mayam na isda silo mo to kaya na हाइबदगी मागी part से कई के नो है यदि worksheet, workbook, cell, range of cell, name box, formula box, the sit tab scrolling bar and status bar. Now this we have done. Worksheet से जो कई दो है divided into rows and columns mayam ama rows mayam ama लेरे rows na कोइना 1 2 3 दा पीरे column दुनो कोइना ABC दा letter दा पीरे. Okay, and a row is assigned a number and each column is assigned a letter to name them. Rows na कोइना number पीरे 1 2 3 number wise and column दुनो कोइना ABC letter wise पीरे. And workbook is combination of individual worksheets. Individual worksheet mayam ama punjalakana group of worksheet punjalakana workbook je कोइना CML. Cell जी row अमसुंग column का intersection है जो हमारी थेंगनाबा मफम दुबु कोइना cell लमा है ने खंगे को boxing दो दुबु सिगी intersection of cell से मागी unique ममिंग लई अदुना column का row number का row number दो पुल्ला का सेम है A1 A2 G5 G7 लगी B5 B10 नहीं सेम सुवाना. The worksheet can be edit to bayai semofim to bayai maming hong bayai and delete to bayai worksheet se duga insert to busu busu bayai. Now here ends our chapter number 6, Introduction to MS Excel 2010. Now for today let's stop here. Now if you have any doubt, any problem, you can ask as usual on Google Meet. Now in the next video session class, I'll tell you practically what we have done in this chapter number 6. Okay students, stay home, stay safe and stay healthy.